under the range or scope or abstractness. The next that we have is the middle range theory. Middle range theories. So for middle range theories, they target specific phenomena or concepts. They target specific phenomena or concepts. So if you are studying a theory and you realize that the theory is describing maybe stress, the theory is giving a conceptual framework about how nurses can manage stress or how nurses can cope with stress. And you should know that it is a middle range theory that you are studying. For middle range theories, they target specific phenomena or concepts. So let's say you are studying a theory and realize that the theory is looking at pain, how we can manage pain. Remember, we said that when we are able to put a name to a phenomenon, it becomes a concept. So when you are studying a theory and you realize that this theory is really talking about a particular concept, then that alone should guide you to know that it is the middle range theory that you are dealing with. Comparing the middle range theory to meta theory and then the grand theory. Middle range theory is more precise. It's more precise. And then because we are saying that for such theories, the focus is on a particular concept. What this theory does is that it analyzes the particular situation, or it analyzes the particular concepts that the theory is talking about. And then this theory is very, very specific to nursing. So you can think about concepts in our profession. Mostly middle range theories deal with theories that are highly specific to nursing. And then they talk about a particular concept. These theories are relatively simple to understand and apply, unlike the meta theory and then the grand theory. Middle range theories are very simple to understand. And if you want to undertake research using them, it is very easy for you to apply them, unlike the meta theory and the grand theory. So let's look at the characteristics of middle range theories. So its concepts and propositions are specific to nursing. For middle range theory, the concepts and propositions are specific to nursing. It can be applied in many situations. It can be applied in many situations. So when you get the slides, there are examples of nursing theories which can be termed as middle range theory. So you take your time and then you just read through them. So we have the Benner model of skill acquisition in nursing. Then we have the Corbin and Strauss. Yes, it's on chronic illness trajectory framework. So theories that talk about specific concepts in our profession. And we've given typical examples as theories on pain, stress management. You can think of them. So those are the middle range theories. And these theories are very easy to be understood, unlike the grand theory and meta theories. And then they can be easily implemented. So that is the middle range theory. Then, still under the range or scope or abstractness, we have the practice theory. The practice theory, also known as the micro theories. So for these theories, they are narrowly defined. They are narrowly defined. And then what they do is that they address a desired goal. So theories that talks about how a goal can be achieved. And then in the theory, you realize that it will spell out those actions or those things that the nurse can do, can undertake to carry out those theories, and to carry out the actions that the nurse can undertake to help achieve that goal. That is what the practice theory seeks to achieve. So if you have any theory which talks about a desired goal being achieved, so theory that talks about, let's say, pain management. So you want to be able to manage pain. And then the theory goes on to outline the steps in which you can undertake to achieve the goal, which is management of pain. And you should know that it is the practice theory that you are dealing with. So they explore one particular situation found in nursing. They explore one particular situation found in nursing. So that is the practice theory, also known as the micro theory. They are narrowly defined. They address a specific a desired goal and the specific actions that one can undertake to achieve that particular goal. And then they explore one particular situation found in nursing. So that is the micro theory. There are some hands up. Miss Portia.
Please, we can't see your screen for some minutes now. It's been a while that we saw your screen.
Oh, sorry. Let
Yes,
me check.
we try drawing attention in the chat.
So sorry. Let me. But my screen has been shared here. Oh. Please check. Can you see it now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Thank
Sorry
you.
about that. Okay. So please, are we okay with the classification under the range or scope or abstractness? We've discussed the meta theory. We've seen the grand theory. We've seen the middle range theory, and then we just spoke about the practice theory. So there is a hand up, Mr. Derek.
Please, Madam, I would like to know whether under the practice theory or micro theory, rather, whether we can look classify Henderson's this theory under this particular area.
Please come again. Hello.
I'm saying that under the practice theory, hello?
Yes.
Under the practice theory or micro theory, can we classify, can we take Virginia Henderson's theory in nursing as one of them? Once they are saying it will give you a specific goal.
Okay, so to address that, let me
achieve.
Let me ask you this. When Virginia Henderson's theory, what is the theory about?
He spoke of like the peaceful care that you give to, like how you care for a patient to either die peacefully or to get well I'm just paraphrasing it, but that is how it talks about how you will take care of your clients so that the clients will have a peaceful death, or he can get well. So I'm looking at the peaceful death as maybe a goal that she is talking of that you can achieve.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but remember that we said
I should come again.
Yes, you come again.
I'm saying that
yes, remember that in
I'm saying that
one of the Please, I'm listening.
I'm saying that for her, she's saying. I'm saying that for Virginia Henderson, she's saying that how you give like assistance to just an individual who is sick, well, or to have a peaceful death. So I'm looking at there we are saying that under this particular theory, practice or micro theory, it basically talks about how to to get how to achieve a goal.
Mhm.
So
You see,
I'm looking at maybe
we will best understand this if we have really gone through. Mr. Enoch, please check your end. You are seeing some writings on the screen. We'll best understand this if we go through that theory. Because remember, we said that for the middle range theory, we mentioned that it talks about a specific concept. And then when you study Virginia Henderson's theory, it is known as the need theory.
yeah.
It is known as the need theory. And with that theory, hello.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll better appreciate
I'm listening, madam.
As if we go through the theory.
Hello.
That theory focuses on the need of patients. You identifying the need of the patient, and then solving those needs. So her theory will best fit under the middle range theory and the practice theory.
Okay, thank you very much.
For the practice theory, what it does is that there is a goal to be achieved. So if, let's say, Virginia Henderson had stated that we want to help meet patients' needs, and then she goes on to spell out that for us to achieve this, we have to do this and that for the patient. So there are some steps that have been outlined to help us achieve that goal, and it becomes a practice theory. But if it is just talking about the concepts, let's say the need concept or the concept of pain, then it is a middle range theory. And when it goes ahead to state that if you want to, let's say, minimize patients or reduce patients' level of pain, which becomes our objective, and we have to do this, take these actions to achieve our goal, then it becomes a practice theory. Mr. Daniel, please, do you understand it now?
Okay.
Hello.
I've gotten it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I've gotten it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome, please. Okay, so we are going to continue with the next classification. So we have the characteristics of the practice theories. They are the least complex in nature. So to help address your question again, let's look at the last but one characteristic. It states that for this practice theory, it is specific to population. It is specific to population and then setting. And an example that we have is theories that are applicable to the oncology department. And then for practice theories, they cannot be applied in all settings because we are saying that it is specific to a particular setting. They cannot be applied to all settings. Please, there is a hand up, Mr. Titata. Mr. Titata, please. Mr. Titata, please, your hand is up. Okay, so let's look at the next level of classification. The next level of classification. So the next level is based on purpose. Based on purpose. So for theories that are based on purpose, we have the descriptive theories, explanatory theories, predictive theories, and then prescriptive theories. So next classification based on purpose, we have descriptive theories, explanatory theories, predictive theories, and prescriptive theories. So we'll take them one after the other, and then we'll see what goes into each. So those that describe descriptive theories. Descriptive theories. So the main purpose for descriptive theories is that they present a phenomena based on the 5 senses together with their corresponding meanings. And then descriptive theories help to know the workings and properties of the discipline. So if you have a theory that describes a particular phenomenon, then you should know that you are dealing with a descriptive theory. Theories that describe a particular phenomenon is a descriptive theory. And usually it presents the phenomenon based on the 5 senses together with their corresponding meaning. So that is the descriptive theory, theories that describes a phenomenon. Then we have explanatory theories. Explanatory theories. So what explanatory theories do is that they present the relationship among concepts and then propositions. So for explanatory theories, they try to explain the link between the cause and then effect. So let's say that a theory which is talking about how improper hand hygiene or not maintaining hand hygiene can bring about a particular disease. For explanatory theory, it will show the relationship between the two. If you take the descriptive theory, it will just describe how the situation will occur. But for explanatory theory, it will try to show the link between the two. How, if you do not maintain proper hand hygiene, it can bring about infection. So cause and effect relationships are well explained. So if you have any theory that describes how the cause of something can bring about its effect, then you should know that you are dealing with explanatory theory. But if the theory just describes the situation, then that is a descriptive theory. Please, we get the difference between the two. So for descriptive theories, they just describe the situation. And then the explanatory theories will move a step forward to explain how the cause of that particular thing can bring about its effects. So that is the explanatory theory. Okay, so let's look at the next type. Based on theory, let's look at the next type. The next is the predictive theory. Predictive theory. So these are theories after you have been able to establish the cause and then effect relationship, you are able to say that based on this finding, there is a likelihood that in future, if similar thing occurs, then the same effects might be experienced. So those are the predictive theories. They are achieved when the relationships of concepts under a condition are able to describe future outcomes consistently. So you have carried out from the explanatory theory, you've been able to establish the fact that this particular thing brought about this. Then the theory now moves on to say that so given the same situation or given the same thing, there is a likelihood for that particular thing to occur. Then it becomes a predictive theory. You are able to predict what can happen in the future, given the same situation. Did we get it? Okay, so someone is asking that I go over the predictive. Okay. Okay, but please, are we okay with the explanatory theory? Okay. So with the predictive theory, what it does is that theory is able, once the cause and then the effect has been established, this theory now states that in the near future, if the same situation happens, so let's say with the explanatory theory, it has established the relationship between, let's say, not drinking, taking in potable water with diarrhea. So the cause and then effects has been established. What a predictive theory will say is that in the near future, when another person takes in water which is not safe for consumption, then the person is likely to also get diarrhea. So that is a predictive theory. It's able to describe future outcomes consistently based on the previous happenings. Predictive theories are able to prescribe future outcomes consistently, given the same conditions for the previous situation. Please, is it okay now? So theories that are able to describe future outcomes consistently, and it is mainly based on the previous situation. Mr. Daniel, your hand is up. Hello, Mr. Daniel.
Yes, Madam.
Yes, please.
So please, can we say that the predictive theory is based on experience?
Not really based. You see, for all these theories, you might have conducted a research to really come out with it. So it is not based on experience per se. It is not based. It should be based on a previous research rather.
Okay.
That can as well be an experience anyway, but it should be based on a previous research. Then you can predict the occurrence of that particular thing in the near future, given the same situation.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Madam.
You're welcome. Then we have the one that is based on purpose. The last one, we have the prescriptive theory. So we've seen the descriptive theories. We have discussed the explanatory theory. There is another hand up, Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams, Nana Tando.
Hello.
Yes, please.
So my question is, with the theories, are they in a sequence? For what I'm trying to say is, looking at from the descriptive, where
it
we
moves
have
down to the explanatory. No,
the explanatory to the predictive. Because
no,
it's
they
like,
are not in sequence.
But since the descriptive is just describing it, and with the explanatory, it goes on to talk about the cause effect.
Establishing the cause and the effect, yes.
Yeah. Then with predictive tool, it's giving you like the prognosis of whatever can happen again. So I was looking at it as, can someone jump from the descriptive straight to the predictive without actually going through the prescriptive phase?
So usually it depends on what you are doing, the research that you want to carry out. It depends on the research that you want to carry out and your objective. You see, there are some research, maybe you just want to identify factors that influence a particular thing. You would end up just describing. So then you only focus on theories that fall under the descriptive. But then another person will also want to carry out a research, and they would want to identify the association between maybe the cause of something and then its effects. So though the person will describe whatever the situation is, the person will move a step further to look at the cause and then the effect. And that is where the focus will be than just describing. So usually the problem that you have or whatever research you want to carry out will determine the type of theory that you would want to use. Please, you get it. Hello. Okay, he says it has been well understood. So someone is asking that, can a descriptive theory be found in the explanatory theory? Yes, before you establish the relationship between the cause and then the effects of something, you have to let us know what that particular thing is. So you would end up describing what it is. And then please, for all that we are learning today, let's not throw them away because you will need them in research, in your research methods as well. You will need them. If you are going for a descriptive study, you may want to get some theoretical framework to back whatever your study is. So let us not throw them away. Okay. So the last under the based on purpose is the predictive. No, we've discussed the predictive. So it's a prescriptive. So this theory deals with nursing actions and tests the validity and certainty of a specific nursing intervention. So for this type of theories, they are used when there is a new intervention, or yes, there is a new thing, and then we want to test it. So let's say with the outbreak of COVID-19, and then we want to test any of the vaccines, we rely on the prescriptive theory. Because it deals with actions and tests the validity and certainty of a specific nursing intervention. So if you want to carry out an interventional study, something that will make a study that will make you test a particular thing, then straightforward, you should know that you go in for the prescriptive, you get a theory under the prescriptive theory to serve as a guide in your study. So it is this kind is commonly used in testing new intervention. Hello. Oh, the network is just bad. Okay. So please, I'm going over. Okay. So please, did you get what I said on the prescriptive theory? The prescriptive, please, did you get it? Okay. Okay. Thank you. So we have discussed theories based on we've looked at the theories based on purpose, and that we have mentioned the descriptive theories, the prescriptive theories, explanatory theories, and then we just looked at the prescriptive theory. So next we are going to discuss theories based on philosophical underpinnings. Theories based on philosophical underpinnings. So we have theories that are based on the needs theories, those that are based on the interaction theories, outcome theories, humanistic theories, system theories, energy field theories, and then developmental theories. So by the close of today, I will make available the topics for the theories for the various group presentations. So as part of your presentation, you should let us know the type of theory or the category of theory your theory is about. If your theory is a need theory, you let us know. If it is a system theory or an energy field theory as well, you have to let us know. So we are going to look at the theories based on philosophical underpinnings. And then the first one is the needs theory. So when you have a theory that focuses on the needs and problems of patients, and that particular theory seeks to address how those needs can be addressed using the nursing process, then is a needs theory we are referring to. So remember, I made an example using Dorothea Orem. That her theory is on the self-care, it's on the needs theory. And then her theory has to do with how we can maintain self-care. Please, can you hear me? Hello. Okay. So theories. Okay. Thank you. So theories that focus on the needs and problems that patients have and seek to meet them. So I cited an example earlier on the needs theory. So it should let you know that this is a theory based on philosophical underpinning. And so we have examples. I'll have to take off all my examples so that you can state them in your presentations. But theories under needs, which we can classify under the needs theory, we have the theory propounded by Florence Nightingale, the one by Faye Abdallah, Virginia Henderson, Dorothea Orem, and then Jane Watson. So they focus on the needs and problems that patients have, and then seeks to meet those needs or correct those needs using the nursing process. So that is the needs theory. Then we have the interaction theory. So when you study a theory and then you realize that the focus on the theory is on about how well the nurse can communicate with the patient as well as other members of the healthcare team in meeting patients' needs, then you should know that this type of theory is based on the philosophical underpinning, and it is an interaction theory. So with this theory, the focus is on the communication process in meeting patients' needs. So with this model, it emphasizes on social acts and relationships between people. The theory that seeks to address how best or how well the nurse should interact with the patients, the nurse should communicate with patients' relatives, and even with other members of the healthcare team, then you know that you are dealing with the interaction theory. So the focus is on identifying actual and potential problems in interpersonal relationships. The focus of such theories is on identifying actual and potential problems in interpersonal relationships, and then how best you can develop strategies to improve or promote socialization. So we have examples of such theories. We have theories propounded by Hildegard Paplo, Orlando, and then Imogen Kim. So they are interaction theories. So theories, and you can only come about with these types when you study the theory. It is after you have taken the time to look at the theory proper that you'll be able to state or say whether the theory is based on philosophical underpinning or if it is based on purpose. Sometimes the theories might be interrelated. It might be based on purpose, but you read and then you realize that it is more geared towards a particular philosophical underpinning. Maybe it is based on a need theory or an interaction theory. So any theory whose focus is on communication, how well the nurse should communicate with the patient, or how best the nurse should communicate with other members of the health team to be able to bring about health or meeting the patient's needs, then you should know that it is a typical example of an interaction theory. Then the next theory is outcome theory. Outcome theory. So for outcome theory, it portrays the nurse as a changing force who enables individual to adapt or cope with ill health. So for outcome theory, yes, it is also abstract. When you compare outcome theory with the other theories under the philosophical underpinnings, outcome theories are abstract and they are difficult to implement in practice. So with this type of theory, they see the nurse to be the force that will bring about patient recovery. Outcome theories see the nurse as the changing force. The nurse to be one responsible for bringing about a good health, as well as the nurse to be the one that will help patients cope with the disease. So any theory that portrays the nurse as the changing force that enables the individual to either adapt to the disease or cope with ill health, then you should know that it is an outcome theory you are dealing with. So they are too abstract and difficult to implement in our practice as compared to the needs theory and the interaction theory. Then we have the humanistic theory. Humanistic theories. So these theories emphasize a person's capacity for self-actualization. These theories emphasize a person's capacity for self-actualization. And then it was developed in response to the psychoanalytic thought that a person's destiny was determined early in life. So there were some people who believed that as an individual, you can determine who you want to be or where you want to be or what you want to be later in life during your early stage of life. And that was how come the humanistic theories came into being. And then it focuses on the fact that the humanists believe that as individuals, we all have inbuilt potentials. We all have some form of potentials within us. And when we are able to focus on our potentials and then we work on ourselves, then we'll be able to reach the level of self-actualization or be able to reach where we want to see ourselves in future. So that is how come we had the humanistic theories. So we have examples of theories under the humanistic theories. We have the Carl Rogers theory. And then Carl Rogers developed the person-centered model for psychotherapy. And then this theory brings out the fact that every individual is unique. We are all unique in our own way. We all have some things that are inbuilt, and then there are things that we are best at doing them. So once you are able to identify whatever thing you are good at, and then you focus on it, you have some level of satisfaction. And then this humanistic theory has helped us to appreciate the fact that every patient or every client is unique. So the major contribution of this theory, Carl Rogers theory, to our practice is for us to understand and appreciate the fact that every patient is a unique individual. And that is why we have to treat each and every patient as unique. You don't say that because this person had malaria and then you carried out these interventions to bring about recovery. When the next person has the same condition, you use the same management. No, we have to manage patients based on their uniqueness or based on you. So you treat the person as a unique individual. You don't use the same management for patient A to patient B. So that is the humanistic theory. So it brings about the fact that every individual is unique. And then so when you have theories that are geared towards that phase, then you should know that it is humanistic theories that you are dealing with. And it guides us when we are caring for our patients. You don't give the same management to everybody, but then you treat them based on their uniqueness as an individual. So that is the humanistic theory. Then we have the systems theory. System theories. So these theories suggest that man is composed of many parts and then subsystems. So they believe that when you take every individual, we are made up of systems and then subsystems. So for a disease to come about, then it means that there might be some alteration in our systems and then our subsystems. So these theories believe that when we add up our parts or our subsystems, when added together, they are more than different from their sum. So what this phrase means is that for a disease to come about or ill health to come about, according to the subsystems theory, it means that our subsystems are not in equilibrium. Our subsystems are not in equilibrium. You remember homeostasis, anatomy and physiology, we talked about homeostasis. So when the internal environment and the external environment equilibrium is not maintained, it can bring about ill health. So the systems theories also believe, the system theory based on the fact that our systems are interrelated or our systems depends on each other. So when there is a change in a particular system, it will have an effect on the other. When there is a change in a particular system, it will have an effect on the other. And that is a systems theory. For example, we have Sister Calista Roy's theory, Imogen Keynes theory, and the likes. Okay, so I just read, someone said she didn't get the explanation on the outcome theory, humanistic theory. So please let me take that again. So for the outcome theory, we mentioned that they are very abstract and then they are difficult to implement. But for outcome theory, they are theories that focus on the nurse. They see the nurse as a changing force to bring about the recovery of a disease. So when you are studying a theory, and then that theory states the nurse as the unifying force, the main person to bring about the recovery of the patient, then you should know that you are dealing with the outcome theory. Again, such theories also see the nurse to be one that can help patients cope with a disease. Theories that focuses on the nurse being the changing force to bring about recovery or to help patients cope with the disease, then you should know that you are dealing with the outcome theory. And we have mentioned that for such theories, they are very difficult to be implemented. Then we moved on to the humanistic theory. Then we mentioned that for the humanistic theory, the focus is on the fact that each individual is unique. Each individual is unique, and that's every person has something within him or herself that the person is very good at doing. So once you are able to identify that particular potential in that person, and then when it is worked out, the person is likely to bring out the best in that person. So humanistic theories were developed to emphasize a person's capacity for self-actualization. So once you are able to identify a particular potential in you, and then you work it out, it will bring about self-satisfaction or actualization. And then we mentioned that this theory has added to our nursing practice in that it has helped us to understand and appreciate the fact that every patient is a unique individual. So when you are taking care of patients, in our management of patients, we should not necessarily give the same management to patients, but we should manage patients based on their uniqueness. So that is what we said about the humanistic theory. Then we moved on to the system theory. And then we mentioned that with the system theory, theories that bring out the fact that when you take an individual, the individual is made up of systems and then subsystems. Collectively, these systems come together to function to make the individual who he or she is. So it helps us to appreciate the fact that for ill health to even come about, we should know that when there is a defect or when there is a change in a particular system, automatically it will have an effect on the other systems. And that is what the system, someone is asking where we can classify Abraham Maslow's theory. So let me ask this question to the entire class. Where can we classify Abraham Maslow's theory? Anybody to try? Mr. Daniel. Yes, Mr. Daniel.
Yes, madam. I think it is under the theory of needs.
Very good. So Abraham Maslow's theory is a typical example of the needs theory. The typical example of the needs, yes. So I seen it has even been answered there. Okay, thank you very much. So let's continue. So that is the systems theories. So it states that theories based on systems treat phenomenon if there existed organization, interaction, interdependency, and integration of parts and elements. So it should inform us that when we are taking care of patients, we should appreciate the fact that every individual is composed of many parts. So when one part is affected, it automatically will also have effects on the other system. So when you are caring for patient, that is why even in nursing, we just don't focus on the signs and symptoms. We even go forward to say that the patient is treated holistically. So you have to consider all aspects of the individual, whether spiritual, psychological, financial, emotional, or what have you, because we believe that the individual is made up of systems. And then these systems and subsystems are interrelated. So when a part is affected, it can have effects on the other. So we have examples of theories under the systems theory. We have Sister Callista Roy, Imogen King, Myra Levine, and the rest. Once we take them, the theories, and then we are presenting in our presentations, we'll appreciate them better. Okay, so someone is asking if, yes, you will have the slides right after class, and then I will also try and retrieve the recorded version as well. So that is the systems theory. Then we have the energy fields theory. Energy fields theory. So with the energy fields, they also believe that the individual is made up of energy fields. And then it's from this theory that we have those who deal with the acupuncture. You see, they are able to tell specific parts of the body and then how they can bring about ill health. So for energy fields theories, these theories believe that individuals are energy fields. And then as energy fields, we are in constant interaction with the environment. So when there is a break in any of the fields, it can bring about ill health. So theories that believe that persons are energy fields that are in constant interaction with their environment or universe. They are theories that we can classify as energy fields theory. And a typical example we have is that of the Carl Rogers and then Betty Newman. Betty Newman. So we'll look at the theories and then we will appreciate these better. Then we have theories that deals with the developmental theories. So with these theories, they emphasize growth, development, and maturation. They emphasize growth, development, and maturation. And then their primary focus is change in a particular direction. So we all know that with the developmental phases, you have to be giving birth to before you can die. You can't, there is nobody who died before the person was given birth to. So for developmental theories, it emphasizes on growth, development, and maturation. So change, when you talk about development, it's in order. It follows a particular trend or stage, just as I mentioned. So you have to be giving birth to, you grow to a particular point, and then you take it from there. So it outlines the process of growth and development of humans as orderly and predictable. So we know that when you are giving birth to 5 years, you go through these stages or these changes. At the early childhood, this is what is expected. Adolescent, this is what is expected. So we have theories that focuses on the processes that individuals go through from birth till they die. So when you are reading a theory and then that theory outlines the process of growth and development, then you should know that you are dealing with the developmental theory. So again, the theory also spells out the unique behavior that pertains to a group of people at each stage. So at each stage, the behavior pertaining to a particular group of people is unique. When you take adolescents, behaviors that are common in adolescents are different with behaviors common in older adults. So theories that talks about processes of growth and development from conception till death, those are the developmental theory. So talking about developmental theory, can anybody mention any theories that we usually think of when we mention developmental theory? Mr. Emmanuel Redu.
Please, Eric Erikson and then Jean Piaget.
Thank you. Thank you. So we have Eric Erikson, Jean Piaget. Any other? So those are okay. There is another hand up. Mr. Gideon Ofei.
Please, what about Sigmund Freud?
Yes, Sigmund Freud. So they are very the typical examples that we can give of theories under developmental theory. Then we have adaptation theory. We have the adaptation theory. So there are theories that also defines adaptation as adjustment of living matter to other living things. There are theories that talk about how an individual can adapt to his or her environment. And then when the person is unable to adapt to the environment, it can bring about ill health. Such theories are adaptation theory. And then there are 3 levels. There are 3 levels in response to human adaptation. So adaptation is a continuously occurring process that affects change and involves interaction and response. Adaptation is a continuously occurring process that affects change and involves interaction and response. So we have 3 levels under which we are able to make adjustments. It can be internal, our ability when we go through certain things in life, our ability to adjust, have that inner what's feeling that we are able to make adjustment to whatever we are going through. Then that's we can refer to as the internal adaptation. Then we have the social adaptation. Social adaptation, when we are able to make adjustments to, we are able to adapt to things around us. Amdalatu Ibrahim, your hand is up.
Please, Doc, the slides are not changing.
Okay.
Thank you.
So there are 3 levels of human adaptation. One that occurs within the cell. So in any given situation, your ability to accept whatever the situation is, and then you move on. And then there are one that occurs with others, that is a social interaction or social adaptation. So your ability to adapt with other people or to adjust in a given situation. So let's say that you've changed, you have been moved from whichever ward you were at. Now there has been a reshuffling. Sometimes human beings naturally are resistant to change. When you are being assigned to a new unit or a new department, your ability to even accept whatever change it is and then adjust the people that you are going to work with. And then we have the physical adaptation, and this has to do with biochemical reactions. So theories that brings about how best an individual is able to adapt to other living things or other human beings, and then the other environmental conditions are theories that we can classify under adaptation theories. So please, these are the theories under philosophical underpinnings. So whenever you have a theory, you would have to study the theory to be able to appreciate where your theory falls under, whether it has been classified according to range, scope, or level of abstractness, or whether your theory is according to purpose, or whether it is based on a philosophical underpinning. So at this point, I'm going to allow you to be able to unmute yourself, and then if there are questions that needs to be clarified, we do so. So please, if anyone has a question, questions, contributions are welcome. Okay, Mr. Nicholas. Mr. Nicholas, can we hear you, please? Mr. Nicholas, please, are you with us? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, please, mine is about the group presentation.
Come again.
The group presentations.
Oh, can we discuss what we have studied first? Then we will address all concerns pertaining to the group presentation.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so please, as question and answers time, if anybody has a contribution before I'll call on today, I'm going to randomly call people to contribute. It has always been the same hands. So today I'll randomly call to see if we were following what we have been studying. So it's question and answering time. If you didn't get anything right, feel free to. Okay, so Mr. Azizu Sakib.
My question is, and the theory based on philosophical underpinning, the developmental and growth. I want to know whether
theory.
Whether it should be from conception onwards or from birth.
It's from conception. It's from conception. Without conception, birth wouldn't even come in.
I heard you say everybody has to be given birth to before he or she dies. But
yes, I was just citing an example that it has to be chronological. You can't just say that like someone can die for the person to be conceived, or for the person for conception to take place, after which the person will be given birth to. So I just wanted to mention that it starts from a point and follows to the other. You can't jump the developmental phases of life. But thanks for the Yeah, thanks for the contribution too. Yeah, so conception comes before birth. Thank you. Mr. Akudugu. Mr. Akudugu.
Yeah, madam.
Yes, please.
Yeah, wait, listen, for Nightingale, one of her theories, she said we should put the patient under the environment and allow the environment to work on
To
the
work
person,
on the patient.
so that person will get healed. So can that one fall under the adaptation?
Yeah, so he's asking, yes, it is more of an environmental theory. Yes. So that can fall under the adaptation, using the environment to bring about ill health. Okay, Miss Portia.
Okay, so I want to add up that from my understanding, the theories may not just fall under one category. You
Sure.
can have one theory being under different categories. So depending on the situation, that you can say it's just particular to this one.
Yes.
It's not just one.
Thank you. So please, I hope we heard her contribution. So the situation will let you know the type of theory that you are dealing with. Sometimes you can have a theory and then the theory might at a point be describing things about growth and development. At another point, it might as well be talking about something else. So it's just about your ability to really study the theory. So it is not fixed that because we are saying needs theory, if you go and meet that particular same theory talking about something else, you can't group it under that classification. Okay, thank you. Mr. Lamte. Mr. Lamte. Yes, please.
Hello, madam.
Okay, so sorry, Miss Rose Lamte. Sorry.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Please, I understand the theories and the philosophical understanding very well.
Miss Rose. Oh, I'm sure she's having poor network. Okay, so Miss Rose, you can even send a question. If you're having a challenge with your network, you can type it and then we'll address it. The network is not stable. Miss Cecilia, come back. Miss Cecilia. Yes, please, Miss Cecilia. Miss Dorcas, I've seen your question. It will be addressed soon. She wants explanation between the grand theory and the middle range theory. And then someone is asking, can we develop our own theories to contribute to nursing? If so, at which stage in our academic life? Yes, you can develop your own theory. And that will stem from, you see, if you remember the stages, the steps that we said one has to go through for you to develop the theory. So there should be an assumption. What is it that you want to look at? You should have your assumption, you should have your hypothesis, then you carry out your research. So the one who asked this question, Mr. James, I will advise that you start thinking through. I'm sure you are doing research methods. So very soon, you'll be asked to come out with your research topics. So you should be able to have your research, what you want to do before you get to level 400. If you carry out a very good research, from that you can develop your own theory, and that can also help to contribute to the profession. So Mr. James, you can think through from now till you are asked to bring out your research topic. Think about something that you want to do, a theory that you want to come out. And to help serve as a guide, I would advise that you read some of the theories that have been propounded for our profession, and that will guide you as to what you want to do. So you can start thinking about it, Mr. James. Okay, Miss Patricia. Miss Patricia.
Please, Doug. Hello. Hello.
Miss Patricia, please, I can't hear you. Hello. Miss Patricia. Oh. Miss Rose Lamte, please, your hand is still up. Okay. Miss Patricia. All right. So please, if there are no further questions, would want to go through what we have discussed so far. Would want to go through what we have discussed so far. So can I get volunteers to tell us what they have learned? Can I get volunteers? Please, I don't want to be seeing the same hands. I've mentioned that participation in class also attracts a mark. Participation in class as well attracts a mark. And I always keep the names of those who are contributing in class. Aha, so please, you should always make it a point to contribute. Okay, Miss, I don't know if it's a Mr. or a Miss. Didifo Ayable. Please, you can unmute yourself and talk.
Yeah, hello, sister. Yeah, we.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, please, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. So today we talk about the classification of the nursing theory.
Can you please speak out a little bit?
Yeah, we talk about the classification of nursing theory, and we mention a range or scope or level of abstract, under which talks about under the range we have the meta theory. This identifies specific phenomena through abstract concepts, and we also talk about its characteristics, which also say it focuses on operating knowledge and theory levels, also focus on developing criteria for analysis and evaluation. And under the classification, we have grand theory, which also is about the we said is a complex and broadest in scope. Is complex and is broad in scope, and it provides conceptual framework under which key concepts and principle of discipline can be identified. We also talk about yeah, so that's what I can talk about for now.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's listen to Imoro. Miss, I'm sure it's a female. Imoro Faizatu.
Please, madam. Hello.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Network could not make me join very early. So where I had the chance of joining was under classification theories and the purpose, which we have the descriptive, the explanatory, the predictive, and the prescriptive.
Okay.
So with the descriptive, you said describing a theory that is describing the phenomenon is called the descriptive. So when it further comes to explain the way, when it comes further to explain about the descriptive, we call it the explanatory. And that was my understanding under there. Hello.
Okay. Yes, please. So anybody to take it up, continue from where she's gotten to. She has explained the descriptive and then explanatory. Miss Belinda Nyako.
Hello, ma.
Yes, please.
Okay, from my understanding, you said that the purpose helps us to describe a particular phenomenon based on our five senses, and it brings out a meaning to something or that phenomenon. And then we went to the explanatory, which explains the interaction or the link between the cause and the effect. And then the predictive as well is held based on the explanatory theory. It helps us to conclude on the outcome of helps us to conclude on a future outcome consistently. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the prescriptive will also give us the nursing action. It has to do with the nursing actions. You have to test the validity of a specific nursing intervention. Let's say like we are trying to test a new intervention. That is when the prescriptive comes in. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Miss Rita. Miss Rita Sabia.
Yes, madam. Please, and then we talked about the theories based on philosophical underpinnings, and then we talked about the needs theory, the interaction theory, the outcome theories, humanistic theories, and the rest. And then the needs theory, we said that it focuses on the needs and the problems of a patient. And then the theory seeks to meet or correct the problem that you've been able to identify. And then when we come to the interaction theory, we said that it focuses on how well the nurse can communicate with the patient and other health personnel. So it talks mainly about the interpersonal relationships and then the interventions that can help improve socialization. And then we came to the third one as the outcome theories, where we said it portrays the nurse as the changing force, which enable patients to cope or adapt with ill health. And then we said the outcome theories, they are too abstract to implement. Then we came to the humanistic theories and said that it emphasizes a person's capability for self-actualization. And here it was developed in response to psychoanalytic theories. And then it emphasizes also on the uniqueness of every individual. And then this has helped in our nursing such that we realize that every individual is different and unique. So we treat them differently and then uniquely. Then we came to system theories, where we said that man is composed of many systems and subsystems. So when they are put together, they are more than different from each other. And then we also established the fact that under system theories, one system, when there is a problem, affects the other theory. Then we came to energy fields theory.
It's okay. You have done very well. Let's hear from another person. Thank you very much, Miss Rita. Okay, so let's hear from Mr. Asari Gideon.
Then we came to energy fields, whereby we said that it is believed that persons have energy fields and then they are in constant interaction with their environment, whereby we made mention of the process whereby acupuncture is used in caring for patients. Then we continue to the developmental theory or the development theory, whereby emphasis is laid on growth, development, and maturation. Then we also made mention of the fact that the PJs, the Sigmund Freud, and the rest are typical examples of development theory. Then the primary focus of a development theory is on a particular direction, as in the change in order and then a predictable occurrence in specific stages or levels of growth. And then the goal is mostly to maximize growth. And then we lastly spoke about the adaptation theory, whereby we said that it talks about how an individual is able to adapt to his environment. And we also made mention of the fact that it has three levels: the internal, which talks about the self; the social, which talks about the others; and then the physical, which is mostly biochemical reactions. And we also made mention of the fact that adaptation is a continuous occurring process that affects changes and involves interactions and response. But the part that I really enjoyed most was the humanistic theory, whereby we made mention of Carl Roger, who brought about, seeks to talk about and every individual being
Hello.
unique and special.
Hello.
Hi, please, can you hear me?
Please, can you hear me?
Yes, please. Please, can you also hear me?
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. So someone is asking adaptation. Yes, adaptation is part of the philosophical underpinning. Adaptation is part of the philosophical underpinnings. Okay. So with the feedback I'm getting, I can conclude that at least we have all learned something today. We have all learned something today. So thank you for your contributions as well. It has made a class to be very interactive. Okay, so I've forgotten the name. Is it Mr. Nicholas? He had wanted to raise a concern on the group presentations. Mr. Nicholas, so please, you can, if you can bring whatever you had wanted to.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Yeah, please. I wanted to ask of the group presentation if if we are using the existing group, or we will have to create a new group for us.
I left that with the course reps.
Okay.
The course reps are currently working on it.
Okay, please. All right.
Ms. Dorcas, please, what was your question? Ms. Dorcas, you said your question was not answered. Please, what was your question? It's Ms. Dorcas with us. You just sent a message that your question was not answered, and I'm asking what the question is. Okay, so can anybody help her? She's asking for a clarification on the middle range theory. Middle range theory. Can anybody help her with what middle range theories are? And then the grand theory. I don't know if you were following the discussions, because your colleagues even explained what the two. It was for the purpose of the recapping. That's why I didn't answer your question, because I knew we were going to go over all that we had studied. So anybody to help her with the difference between, hey, someone is now asking for summary when we have just summarized the whole thing. Mr. Ebenezer Sam, I don't know if your line went off. Okay, Mr. Gideon Asari. Mr. Gideon, please, you can unmute yourself and then talk. Mr. Gideon. Mr. Gideon. Okay. Okay, Miss Belinda.
Okay, please, the middle range theory is we can say that is the simplest or the most used. Hello. Please, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, please.
Okay, is the simplest or the mostly used theory because of its simplicity, and it mostly targets a particular or analyze a particular concept. In it. Yeah. An example, maybe it has to do with when we're talking about nursing, or how we manage our stresses, or how we even manage stress at the work, and how to even manage pain and others. So mostly it targets a particular phenomena or concept. That is mostly its what it mostly does. Yeah.
Okay. So please, the one who asked the question, are you clear with the middle range theory? So when you are studying a theory and you realize that the theory targets a specific concept or phenomena in our profession, then you should know that it is a middle range theory. And so she gave an example, theory that focuses on stress or pain management. Then you should know that it is the middle range theory that you are dealing with. Then you asked about the grand theory. With the grand theory, we said that they are very difficult to be understood. And then they are also very difficult to be, if you want to test grand theories, they are very difficult to be tested. And then for grand theories, they focus on broad and then general concepts. And when you take a grand theory, it will be very difficult to come out with an operational definition as to what the theorist tries to explain. So that is the difference between the grand theory and then the middle range theory. Middle range theories are very easy to be implemented, or if you want to carry out a research using the middle range theory, it is very, very easier as compared to the grand theory. Please, are you okay now? Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, so someone is saying that those who were not there when they were doing the groupings, kindly contact your class rep. 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 So by the close of today, I'll bring out the various topics, and then you should start working on your presentations. Maybe next 3 weeks or so, we may start our presentations. So I'll send the theorists for you to start working on them.